Welcome back to Successful Living. Market correction. When will it come? For the last 10 years, I've had clients tell me on a daily basis, hey, what's going to happen when this turns around? It's been too good for too long. Let's take it out of the market. And they think about a lot of different things. So the first thing that I want to do is, what is a market correction? A market correction is when the market is at a high point and it corrects itself by at least 10%, and it can be over one day, a couple weeks, a couple months, a couple years. It can be over any duration, but it corrects itself by at least 10%, and it gets itself to its real values because for some sense that we believe it's overvalued. A bear market is when we're in minus 20% or more territory, like 2007, 2008. So what we want to take a look at here is, let's take a look at the market. So I've got the Dow Jones Industrial Average here. Columns are set up in 10-year groups, so on the left side is the first. And so what I look at here is I try to tell clients, you know, it's sensationalized how many times the market actually goes down. And so it obviously goes up more than it goes down, and it's only 8 out of the last 30 years have we been negative. The average return for the last 10 years has been 10.09%. And so what I think we need to take a look at is just understanding that markets come back all the time. If I extrapolated this chart out another 60 years, again, you would see recoveries come right back after either 1 or 2 negative years. And by the way, this graph also shows there's only been, you know, that one period where we've had back-to-back negative years. So again, keep in mind markets always come back. So what I like to see is, let's take a client, and I want to actually, you know, bring some realization to this. So someone that's in retirement, this is going to affect the most. So let's take someone, and I've got a graphic up here, someone who is actually looking at retiring within the next couple years or in retirement. And let's first look at the left side of this page, which shows $600,000 and $400,000. So they have $1 million. We've already gone through an asset allocation based upon how much tolerance they can take emotionally. And so they put 60% in the stock market, $600,000, and 40% in bonds. When markets are normal, what they're doing is they're taking a draw equally from each of those two parts. And now we move over to number 2. We have a market correction. I know it's a little small up here, so I'll talk it through. The average market recovery is 22 months. So when we have a minus 10% correction or more, it takes an average of 22 months. Sometimes it's much shorter, sometimes it's a little longer, but it takes 22 months to get from your $1 million to when it goes all the way down to the valley to back up to its $1 million again. That takes 22 months to get there. So let's go to our final box in the bottom right there. Let's say that they need monthly income of $8,000. We assume the recovery time on average is 22 months. They need $176,000. During normal market conditions, they'll proportionally take it both from the equity portion up top of the $600,000 and the fixed income of the $400,000. We need to shut that off as soon as corrections come about. Then we take the whole amount from the $400,000, and as you can see here, they would need $176,000. They have more than enough in that bottom right fixed box. So I guess the lesson here is that what we're looking at is that we want to make sure that you have enough money in that safety box. So if you're drawing income, be sure to have enough money down there. It's a whole different story if it's keeping you up at night. That's a whole different story, and you should talk to an advisor. As you can see, if you are a young investor, it's all looking at, you know, it's just a number on the page. When we return, we'll answer a viewer question. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Successful Living. We have a viewer question. John from Bristol writes, I've been paying off student loans for years. Should I refinance, put them into my home equity, or do something else? I always answer this question the same. It depends, but if you have federal student loans, you should talk to your CPA or your accountant just to make sure you don't lose out on any of those benefits. However, if you have private student loans, you should be shopping these around on an annual basis. I have come across a very good website that's helped out many clients of mine. It is studentloanplanner.com. Again, studentloanplanner.com. They will give you the top 5 best rates for refinancing. They will also give you up to a $750 credit to do it. And when you go in and you enter everything, it does not affect your credit. So again, studentloanplanner.com has been a godsend to some of my clients because they always just leave that. They've saved 4 or 5 points on this. So if you have a sizable balance, make sure to take a look at that. So today we reviewed budgeting, market corrections, how to react. We hope you enjoyed today's show. We look forward to seeing you next week on Successful Living. Have a great week.